Hello everybody and welcome to this what I sold on eBay this month video. So I decided to film this outside since it's spring. I have a flowering tree shrub thing behind me, and so I thought it might be nice to have a little different background than my regular disaster of an office. So anyways, what you're about to see is clips from everything I sold for the month of April. And then at the end of all the clips, I will come back and I will tell you how much I made, how much I listed, a whole bunch of other stuff about returns and the USPS, and just like more details. So stay tuned.
This is Stop Asking Jesus Into Your Heart, a Bible study. And this is the Leader's Guide. And I sold this for $10. And then these are Daywind soundtracks. They're like accompaniment CDs, and there is a set of 6 different ones here. The discs all look good, and these I sold really quickly. I sold these for $23.99. This is a vintage book from an I Can Read About series. It's from 1975. It's in decent condition. Earthquakes and Volcanoes. And this I sold for $8. And then I also have another vintage book from '84, Your Inner You by Leslie Flynn. A little wear, but still has lots of life left in it. And this book I sold for $9.75. This is a Clinique palette. It's called On the Glow for light to medium skin tones. Brand new in the box. I picked this up just recently at the Goodwill. I actually was considering keeping it for myself, which happens to me often with things I pick up. But I ended up listing it for $24. It sold extremely quickly. And I paid for this $3.99. This is a set of figurines from Vampirina. It's a Disney Junior show. And these I sold, well, there's 8 figures. One of them is very, very small. But I sold these for $18.99. This is a lot of 5 Voost tablets. These are tablets you put into water and then you drink them for vitamins, and it's a lot of 5. And I sold these for $15. These came out of some Wholesale Ninja boxes a while back. So this is 3 pounds of Legos. I picked up a small tote of Legos at the Goodwill here recently, and it was $4.99. And I was like, wow, that's practically the price of the plastic storage tote thing that it was in. I'll get this and I'll see, what there is to it. It was taped shut and I couldn't really see through entirely. But there's a lot of, there's a couple of Ziploc bags you can see here, but then these are different Lego packs. Now they had been opened, but they're stapled shut. I don't know what sets they went to. Now there are some mini bags inside of those that were not opened. There was this shield-ish looking thing that I thought maybe was Ninjago. There were some stickers that said 2015. So I basically listed this. Well, let me tell you what the title was. Lego sets, lot of 3 pounds, bulk mixed pieces and parts, sold as is 2015 Ninjago ? Anyways, listed it yesterday for $48.99. I figured I'd gauge the interest, make price concessions if necessary, but Lego, even just random pieces, go very high, just a pound or 2 of Lego pieces. So I listed it for $48.99 yesterday, and it sold pretty quickly. So now also in that that tote of Lego pieces, there was one bag that was unopened, and I have that listed separately. I was able to figure out which Lego kit that went to. So there's that. So just purchased this, just listed it. It's brand new. It's a Paw Patrol little set, Liberty and Junior Patrollers. And this I sold for $33.55. And then I have a few books. This is to a series called American Quilts. It's just book number 4. It's a used paperback, and I sold this for $8.50. This is Aftershock. It's a book on marriage by Focus on the Family, and this I sold for $10.55. It's in very good pre-owned condition. And then this, I've had this listed a while, but it's a more valuable book, kind of rare, and I finally sold it. So it's a vintage hardcover, as you can see. It's got some wear, particularly to the dust jacket, some writing on the inside, but still very, very readable. And this book I sold for $60.55. So what we have here are 2 cuts of fabric. These did not go to the same customer, but I think it's exciting that I sold 2 the same. It was like a day or 2 apart. These were weekend sales, and they're going out on a Monday morning. This is a vintage reproduction cotton print, and this is a 1-yard cut, and it's like a kitten with a ball. And this I sold for $18.99. And then this is a 6.5-yard cut, and this is a cotton also, and I believe this is from Joann Fabrics, or you could get it at Joann Fabrics at some point during the time that it was for sale. Birds of a Feather, Scenic, and this I sold for $51.99. Something new I'm diving into is selling fabrics. I have sold some, but I'm getting a little more into that now. Speaking of fabric, I also sold a sewing pattern. So this is a pre-owned but unused, so it's uncut, it's factory folded. There is some distress to the envelope. This I sold for $8.99, and I just recently got a whole bunch more patterns, all new, pre-owned but uncut. Some of them are like maybe 60s or 50s, all the way up to more current styles. And yeah, I'm excited to get those listed. I do enjoy selling those. Now this is a collection of different scrapbook stickers. I got these at the Goodwill in a bag, and I had a bunch of stickers. And the reason I bought the bag is there were a couple stickers that I wanted to use for my kids for their school papers. I have a hard time finding nice stickers sometimes. So anyways, I picked these up, had these 2, and I was like, what am I going to do with these? And so I thought, well, I'll look them up. Well, it turns out that these Jolie's boutique, certain designs are really very valuable. So some of these, I don't know which one in particular, or which ones, were worth some money just to like sell individually. This one is really pretty, but I thought I'll just put them all together as a lot, and we will just sell them. These sold very quickly. And then I had a couple little bonus items that I threw in here. There's another one. Those are all unopened, brand new. And then there were these that were like partly used, opened. This one is really neat. And so I just included those as like a little bonus if they would like them. And then this is another brand. There's 2 packs of these. So these sold really quickly. It might be something that's worth me selling more of. Maybe I should start intentionally buying these, because I do see packs of these different embellishments. I think they're called different names. So this one says dimensional sticker. That one says dimensional sticker. What's this one? Dimensional embellishment. So see, there's different names to them, but I see them periodically. So maybe it's something I should. This is a sticker collage, something I should sell. So anyways, sold these for $22.99 very quickly. Got the stickers out that I wanted. And it cost me $2.99. So got my stickers, paid $2.99, and I've sold these for $22.99. This is a devotional book redeemed by Will Graham in brand new condition. It looks fantastic. And this I sold for $11. So these are Carnival Cruise Santa hats. They're like a plush type of material, and then they have this metallic snowflake. I have 4 of these. So we were on a cruise right before Christmas, and they gave these out at like a sing-along, Christmas song sing-along, and all my children got them. And I mean, they were like a big deal. And we got back home, the kids kind of lost interest. I mean, they didn't really and so my husband said, you better look those up. And I looked them up, and sure enough, there was some money. I was just gonna get rid of them. And that happens to me so often. So often, things I think that are not worth anything, and they are. So anyways, I sold the 4 of these for $45, with free shipping, of course. Pleased with that, because they were going to be a donation at my house, and but there's a demand for them out there, and I made mine a good deal because I just wanted to sell them. There were ones that were much more expensive. These are opened, but they're basically new. I have 2 unique Moodstruck eyeshadow sticks in shade Energetic, and this is the first I've sold some unique in a while, a couple weeks maybe. I sold these both for $19.99 to the same customer, so it was a total of $39.98. This is a vintage not hardcover, soft cover, Light in the Darkness by Homer A. Kent Jr. It's pre-owned, but looks very nice. And this I sold for $13.75. This is Commanding Your Morning by Cindy Trim. This is a like-new book. It's pre-owned, but in very nice condition, still really tight when you open it. And I sold this for $9. And then I also sold 2 unique lipsticks in shade Well-To-Do. Well-To-Do. Now these don't have a box, but they are unused new, and I sold these together for $24.99. This is a brand new unique Moodstruck pressed shadow, pretty metallic-y looking shade, and it is called Conspicuous, and this I sold for $15.99. The pre-owned paperback, How Christianity Changed the World. This has some wear, but overall good condition. And this I sold for $11.55. This is a little collection of weaving sticks. I never even knew these existed, but so what there are is there's 2 sets of clover weaving sticks, and there's a thinner and thicker set. I think they each have 5 or 6. Yeah, 6 in the set, and then there's a more primitive set of 4, which you can kind of see here. It's like the edges there, and they are like a homemade weaving sticks that kind of went with this set of instructions here that were bought at a like a tourist type of place. So I'm thinking that maybe the people initially picked up these and then were interested in the weaving sticks and then picked up the clover sticks. So I bought these in a bag that at the Goodwill that had a bunch of different weaving type of things and craft things, had some sewing patterns, had like a mini loom, also had this in it. This is a sock loom, which I thought seemed pretty neat. It has an instructional DVD. The only thing with this is it's missing the little tool, so I'm kind of looking for one of those. But anyways, this set of weaving sticks, So there's the thick, the fine, and then the set of 4 that are the primitive set, and the instructions. I sold for $21.99. I have 3 Splash lipsticks by Unique. These are liquid lipsticks, and in the shades, so I have 3 lipsticks by Unique. They're Splash liquid lipstick, and we have Sentimental, Sumptuous, and Sparkling. And this purchaser took advantage of a deal that if they bought 3, they could get 15% off. So I sold these for a total of $74.97. So it just so happened that my printer died yesterday, and I mean died. I have a new one on order. And had I thought of things, I would have said that I was away so I didn't have to mail anything. But I didn't think of that, and I realized this morning when I went to print this label that I can't print the label. So there is this option on eBay that you can, instead of printing your label, you can do a QR code. I've never used this, but I'm going to use it today. So apparently how this will work, I'll buy my label and it'll email me this code, and then I can just take my box and the code in my email to the post office and they will print the label. So hopefully this will work out and we will get this mailed today just like we're supposed to. I have a lot of 2 Pure Z's by Vicks, not Nyquil, yeah, Vicks. And they're slightly different. This one is 30 gummies. This one is 42 gummies. This one has immune support. Anyway, sold these together for $14. I'm going to have to do that thing I did yesterday with the QR code and with printing the label at the post office, which worked super well. The only hiccup was the QR code was not emailed to me. I couldn't find it anywhere anyways. It wasn't in my junk, it wasn't in emails message, or in eBay's messages, wasn't in my regular inbox. So what I ended up doing was just taking a picture of the QR code, which I was able to see like initially whenever I generated it. So I had snapped a picture of that, and I went to the post office and they just scanned it and printed it right off for me. It was super easy, and so I will continue to do that until I have my new printer up and running. Here we have a lot of 4 lipsticks by Maybelline, and the color is Carnal Brown 704. This is a powder matte lipstick, and I sold these for $8.55. This is a lot of vintage Little Tykes My Size Barbie Doll House. It's the patio set, which is this and these, and then there's some house furniture. This is the grill. It is missing the cover. This, I'm not sure if it's Little Tykes or not, but I was throwing it in. There's 2 little couches, little chairs, the sink. And this I got at the Goodwill. I got it in, it was actually in a couple different grab bags, but I recognized the pieces and picked it up. And someone actually asked me, they were interested in these only. And I had recently just listed this and it had a lot of interest, a lot of watchers and a lot of views. And so I said, I'm sorry, I didn't want to separate just these out at this time because there was a good bit of interest as things were. But in the future, if I did end up separating pieces, I could let them know. And they said, we'll take it, we'll just take it. And we're going to take the lot. So I sold this for $1.95 with free shipping. This is a Thangles project pack. So Thangles are a little sewing aid that you can use to do piece quilting, and they're really neat. But this pack includes all the Thangles you need to make this Orion Star quilt. This is pre-owned but unused. I verified all the pieces were there. And this I sold for $15.25.
This is the Revision Revised. It's a pre-owned hardcover book. It looks really good. This is a special book, apparently. I sold this for $40.99. And then I also have this Illustrated Encyclopedia of World War II, Marshall Cavendish. This is volume 13. So what happened was I acquired many of these encyclopedias of World War II, but not a complete set. And so I have them listed individually. They are ex-library. And I've sold quite a few. I still have quite a few left. I don't know how many are in the actual original set, but this is volume 13 that I sold today, and I sold this for $12.55. So here we have 16 Vusts, at least that's how I believe you say them, and these are like a tablet that you put into water, and then they have different vitamins in them. So there are 7 of the beauty formula, which is strawberry kiwi, and there's 20 tablets in each. And then there are 9 of the blackberry peach flavored, which features vitamin D3. So, story with these is I had, I don't know, a mixture of the beauty and the D3 together as a lot of like 7 for sale. And someone messaged me and said, do you have any others? I'd like to buy all of them. Well, it turns out I had some other listings with some other ones with different like expiration dates. That's kind of how I had them separated. So I said, I have all these listings of them. If you're interested, I'll sell them all to you for this price. Well, they didn't like that price. They came back with a low price. And I said, I will do 40. And they wanted me to go lower than that. And I said, I'm just going to sell 40. I'm going to adjust my listing on eBay because I have watchers on these and I want to give an opportunity to my watchers if they would like to purchase these for 40. And so that it did sell very quickly when I made that adjustment, and I sold them for 40. So my husband recently presented me with these. These came with a TV we had bought, I don't know, like it's probably been several years now. But they were 3D glasses for the TV. We never used them. And so, brand new. And so I listed these for $16. They aren't worth a ton, but they did sell. So, pleased with that. You know, it's a lot better than just donating it. I'll make a little money on those. And then these are from Wholesale Ninja. These are some eye itch relief. There are 2 bottles in here, little dropper bottles, and this I sold for $15. And I have some cosmetics, excuse me. This is a Unique Touch Stick Foundation in the shade Velour. Yes. And this I sold for $39.45. And then this is also a unique product item, and it is a mascara. That is blue mascara, Moodstruck Epic. And this I sold for $19.99. And this is my new printer. It is here. It is a Epson Eco Tank. And so it has like actual ink in the printer. There's no ink cartridges. So I'm excited about this. So far, so good. And if you have any interest, I do have a video on unboxing it and installing it. And I do plan to do a follow-up video in a couple months about my overall opinion on the printer. But these Eco Tanks, they advertise to save 90% in ink costs. And I hate buying printer ink, so that was really exciting for me. This is a new DVD. It's still shrink wrapped. It's a little tattered there. It's called Hot Chocolate. Not exactly sure what this is about. Oh, warming up people of all ages. And I sold that for $18.15. And then we have The Way to Holiness by Stedman. Very, very nice condition. And this I sold for $13.45. And lastly, I have this beautiful cotton yarn by
Caron. It's a cotton cakes. It is called Fruit Tropics. And this is a pretty large spool. This is 8 ounces, 8.8 ounces. Beautiful. And this I sold for $21.99. And we have this new book, a small paperback, Making Peace with Change. And this I sold it for $9.55. This is a lot of 58 different 3-inch canvas, plastic canvas crosses to make little crafts with. There's 5 complete unopened packs and then 1 pack that has 8 left in it. And this I sold for $20.99.
Okay, so you just saw everything I sold. So I want to first disclaim that for the month of April, I only got up 42 listings. And I have for quite some time thought there was a connection between how much I list and how much I sell. The last couple of months though, my sales have been pretty decent and I haven't gotten much listed. I currently have right around 1,400 listings. I've been trying to get to 2,000 for quite some time and it's just not going so well. Excuse me, I'm having allergy issues. So anyways, I got 42 items listed and I had 43 sales. Out of those sales, there were 29 items that were from Wholesale Ninjas. Now those were often combined. Like I didn't have 29 sales of Wholesale Ninjas, but I had 29 items. So they were like lots of things. I sold 14 books, which I love to sell books. I sold 10 unique cosmetics. There again, those were combined in sales. People took advantage of some like buy more save deals with those. And I sold 1 pattern this month. Now I want to say about patterns, I sell a good bit of patterns and I don't really have that many listed. I think maybe I have like 40 listed. So out of 1,400 items, that's really not a very high amount of percentage wise. But I sell them pretty consistently. And so I just recently picked up a whole box of brand new patterns. These are sewing patterns. They were previously owned, but they're still factory folded and uncut for $10. And I think I got like 78 patterns or something. Anyways, I'm gonna get those listed. I have recently discovered why they are selling so well. So if you sew or you know someone who sews, or maybe your mom or your grandma did, when you used to go to the fabric store and you looked at the pattern books, there were just cabinets and cabinets of patterns. Well, that's not the case anymore. I mean, they still have some to pick from, but it's nothing like the vast array that they used to have. And so I think that it is more difficult for people to find the patterns they want. And if they have like a tried and true pattern that's maybe worn out or they need it in another size, you know, they only make the certain patterns for certain time frames. So I sell a lot of vintage patterns and more recent patterns, a lot of costume patterns. I remember several years ago, I was at Joann Fabrics and they had a deal like if you made a purchase, you could pick 3 patterns for a penny each, like at checkout. And I got 3 patterns that were Outlander costumes from the show Outlander. And oh my goodness, they were worth so much money and they sold so quickly and I paid a penny for them. It was fantastic, but that's a side note. So anyways, I'm gonna get more patterns listed. Anyways, back to this month. That was just a side note. Something I've noticed that is an item that I want to invest more in. So I had 43 sales. My total profit was $532.66. That's minus my shipping costs, minus returns, minus a refund I gave because UPS damaged a package. And that is actually up 20% from last year, the month of April sales. So I'm pleased with that, especially since I didn't really put much effort in this month aside from just packing up what I sold. So the returns, 2 of the unique cosmetics that I had sold in a previous month I heard back from the people. They said that the mascara was dried out. So I refunded their money entirely. Didn't have them send it back, just refunded their money. I didn't really know how old the products were when I picked them up. So I refunded $55.84 for those 2 items. And then I sold that big box of Little Tikes, vintage Little Tikes. Maybe you saw it. Anyways, something happened in shipping. The customer sent me photographs right away. The whole bottom of the box was torn and toys were visible as soon as she received it. So I sent that with UPS's new service, which is like, oh, I'm drawing a blank right now, what it's called. Darn it. It's what they combined all their little services into. Their first class and their ground, and is it Advantage? I can't remember. Darn it. Anyways, I shipped it with that, which includes $100 in insurance. So we'll see how that works out. I'm not sure what they're going to give me back, if they're going to give me anything back. I hope they do. I mean, at very least my shipping costs, because you know, they tore up the box. That's pretty significant. And the unique thing is that that package didn't even go across country. It was actually in my state that it was delivered to. So I found that kind of surprising. I don't typically have problems with damaged packaging or things going missing. Sometimes things take longer, or maybe the tracking doesn't work quite like you would hope, but I do not typically have damaged packaging or damage from USPS. So something went wrong. I don't know what happened. But anyways, I have to wait and see. Now, if they end up refunding me some money with the insurance that was included, then my profit will be higher. But I just went ahead and gave my customer money back for the damages, because I didn't want them to wait, and it wasn't their fault. So I will wait and see how that all works out with USPS. So when I divide that out, my profit and my sales, I end up with an average of $12.38 profit per item that I sold, and that's pretty good, I think. Now, I want to also mention that those Wholesale Ninja items I sold, all of them, so there's 29, all of them except for one I lost money on. And that's okay. I was just happy to get rid of them and recoup some of my funds. So that there, I didn't really make profit on those. So my other items are kind of carrying those items. But again, I got rid of them and I did recoup some of my investment. So some of my more valuable Wholesale Ninja items, that I have sold in the past, I feel like with Wholesale Ninjas, the things I have sold, it kind of balances out based on what I keep and what really isn't worth anything and what's damaged. But I've said in the past, I don't think I'm going to be buying any more boxes. They've gone up in price and I really don't make much money on them. I do enjoy getting them and looking through them, but I don't think they're worth it for me anymore. So anyways, that's the grand summary. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments.